This is not Italy!
To compete in some traditional country shows.
And I'm hoping to win one of those rosettes.
On the way, they'll meet some of Britain's best local food producers.
Why would you ever eat a cupcake when you have parking?
Before competing head-to-head with each other.
It's only a competition!
And the great British public.
I thought the competition was big enough.
Our chefs are at the mercy of the harshest food critics in the land, the beady-eyed country show judges.
We don't like odd ones.
It's a competition and I'm taking it very seriously.
Hold on to your aprons, it's Country Show Cook-Off. This week's culinary crusaders, Aldo and Silvena hit the road in their mobile kitchen, in a trip which takes them from the South Wales coast to the Yorkshire Dales, and it could be a bumpy ride.
Aldo, what gear am I on?
Second.
Aldo, help me out
That's
here.
third gear, that's it.
But that's it, no more gears.
Oh, mamma mia.
Along the way, these menu masters will be stopping off at rural fairs to compete against the great British public in some top-class show food categories. Today, our contending chefs are rolling on to the Pembrokeshire coast. With its fertile soil and clear sea, this county is famed for its quality surf and turf.
They must have some amazing ingredients here.
I should imagine, yes. I'm looking forward to the lamb.
Neville itself is small but perfectly formed. Among the attractions are a fine Norman church and an ancient Celtic cross. Our pair must prepare for the culinary showdown at Nevern's annual agricultural and horticultural event. Nevern's Country Show began before World War II as a fundraising event for the British Red Cross and has grown into a yearly, not-to-be-missed community get-together that locals have been competing at for over 60 years. There are a vast array of competitive classes for cattle, sheep and horses, as well as fruit, veg, cookery, beer and wine, home-brewed of course. Our galloping gourmets are entering the savoury supper category, and they don't have to sing for their supper, they need to cook for them. But what exactly is a savoury supper? Perhaps Judge Elonway James, who is presiding over the category, can enlighten us.
It's usually lighter than the main meal. Should go all the food groups, so that means that we got protein, carbohydrates and vegetables or salads. To be well cooked, seasoned and look attractive.
They'll be up against some serious Nevern show veterans.
I've been entering them for 5 years and now I can give my all to it because I've been retired nearly for 2.
It's going to be a food fight with thrills and spills aplenty. Bulgarian bull Silvena is an Eastern food guru. She is chef patron of Mayfair hotel restaurant Quince and is passionate about British produce.
Oh, this is heaven.
She is a leading light in the field of Eastern Mediterranean food here in the UK. Passionate Italian chef Aldo has run several successful London restaurants in his time and has written a host of food-related books. He's keen to score for Italy this week.
Silvena is going to be so jealous.
Not only do our travelling chefs have to compete in culinary cook-offs across the country, they have to whip up their dishes in the back of a vintage van. It's a la carte on 4 wheels. And on this leg of the journey, they'll be parking up in the idyllic seaside haven of Newport. It couldn't be more different from what they're used to.
This is not London. Look at this. Look. Look what I brought you.
I know, it's amazing.
I can't wait to cook something here. It looks like my village in Italy.
I know, you're a bit of a village boy.
I know, this brings tears to my eyes. Look at this.
The savoury supper category is sure to attract strong competition. So just what will Aldo and Silvena cook up? For these two, it's definitely not the taking part that counts.
Savoury supper dish. Of course you know what it means, don't you?
Yeah, well, I think so. It's savoury, it's not sweet.
I'm cooking lamb, salt, mashed, delicious lamb. I'm cooking it twice, glaze it with delicious local honey, and then serve it on the most amazing, luxurious mashed potato you've ever imagined to eat. Are you going to tell me what you're going to cook? Or are you going to
I'm not going to really cook it that much because mackerel doesn't need a lot of cooking. I'm going to marinate it and serve it with some gnocchi.
With some gnocchi.
And then serve it tomorrow with some
gnocchi. Is that a word for something? Gnocchi?
Gnocchi.
What is gnocchi?
No.
I saw ham there. Why is there ham? What
That's
with the
going to
ham?
be crispened up.
Ah, you see, I told you he's keeping things away from me, but I investigate. I saw this ham lurking
Cured
there.
ham that they do here, which is
so
absolutely
Italian.
unbelievable. Come on, let's get
You're
cooking.
such Italian.
Come on, you.
Our chefs want to get a flavour of their new surroundings, so it's off to a nearby popular weekly market for inspiration and ingredients.
You're not one of those people who doesn't like the produce being touched.
No.
Oh, no, one. This is good. Is it this one? That's that one, yeah. Oh, that's good. That's the one I'm good.
Smoke.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go to smoke here.
I don't know why I'm giving you tips, because I'm against you.
And they're still eating. Being so close to Cardigan Bay with its abundance of seafood, it's no surprise that our duo soon happen upon a local supplier. Mandy has been running her fresh fish business at St Docmell's for over 20 years. Husband Len fishes all year round, mainly for crab and lobster. The majority of his catch is exported to Europe, and what's left, Mandy sells at local markets. And when she's not doing that, she runs her bijou fish shop right next door to her house. Lured by the promise of a crab recipe that locals go crazy for, Aldo and Silvena have dropped by to see what all the fuss is about.
Mandy, this is a very nice little tight spot you got here.
This is my fish shop.
Is it?
And today, spider crabs are on the menu, and they're relatively new to the South Wales coast.
They net them in this area from probably May to September, so it's only short.
Len and Mandy make the most of the short season, catching, cooking and selling them whole or picking the claws for various recipes.
And what we're going to do with this crab?
We're going to make this into crab cakes. I'm picking the claws now to get the meat out.
Look at this.
It's much sweeter than brown crab.
Yeah.
Let's have a taste.
Delicious. Really, really good. I should imagine these crab cakes are going to be very decadent. You know, it's like a chunk of steak that came out of it. Look at this. I mean, how gorgeous is that? Oh, well.
She's eating again.
Our guys move next door to Mandy's kitchen to help her cook up these crustaceans.
Right. Let's make some cakes.
So I'd like you to zest some lemons.
No problemo.
Silvena, would you like to chop?
With this knife, yeah?
We'll cut the lemons at an angle so we get more juice out of them. Did you know?
No, I didn't know that.
He's making it up as he goes along, don't you?
I'm not making it up. Yeah, you do, Mandy. Please, you listen to me.
You know, when you listen to Italians, a big pinch of salt for everything, okay? A big pinch of salt. Look at the shirt he's wearing.
I've got my prep done, so can I go home now?
Tiring work zesting. Hey, Aldo.
I'm tired. See, look.
That's all you've done is yawn.
You tell her, Mandy.
Oh, what have I suckled? Oh, the crisps! Oh, suckled your crisps, Mandy!
So I'm going to make the crab cakes now. So we've got the crab meat. Just add some mashed potato. Just mix everything up. And we've got some chives and some chopped spring onion. And just a little bit of lemon zest. Mix it together.
Season and add a splash of sweet chilli sauce to give it a little zing.
So if we just take a handful of the mixture and just pat it on a floury surface.
Now fry in butter until golden brown on each side, et voila! Now it's time to get stuck in.
Just passing by, stopping at the Saturday night fish fry. It was rocking. It was rocking.
This is so good because the chunks of crab are everywhere. Look at this, so rich.
Yeah.
So this crab goes a long way, basically.
Yeah.
People of St Docmell's are very, very lucky.
To have you. Amazing.
Now they're stuffed to the gills, I think they should get cracking. The savoury supper category is sure to attract strong competition. First up at the stovetop is Aldo with his pan-fried mackerel fresh from Mandy's shop on a bed of sweet potato gnocchi.
I have got this beautiful mackerel and I'm going to just use the fillet cut in half like this. Let's start the marinade here for this wonderful fish. Some orange zest. Now let's cut this orange in half there. Squeeze it onto this mackerel. I slice a few slices of this red onion. Some of this wonderful sherry vinegar. That will give it a lovely sweetness. And some sea salt, white wine. And finally, we're going to add a few peppercorns here.
Ah, looking good so far, Aldo. But what next?
Okay, let's make some gnocchi. As we boil the potatoes, the older they are, the better. And we've got some sweet potatoes, so we mix them up.
Using a potato ricer, get your spuds nice and fluffy.
1 egg.
Season with sea salt and add 00 flour.
Put it
A
on
good
the surface.
choice for making pasta
Carry
and
on
gnocchi.
working it. It's not like making dough. You only need to assemble here. Gnocchi is the first thing I learned at the age of 12 with my mum. I was a baby, really. My brother was a priest, took everybody to church on a Sunday, so I was left behind cooking for the family with my mum. It was my favorite to eat. So she said, if you want to eat it, you have to learn to make it. So there you go. I have a feeling that the judges might be looking for a local dish, but I've put my growing up life on a plate tomorrow. That's what I'm doing. Hopefully they appreciate it. Now you need flour, okay? And then you cut them at an angle like that. Then you roll them in that flour so they don't stick with each other. That's really, really important that they don't stick.
And for authentic gnocchi like Aldo's mama taught him to make.
So you roll your thumb on them, and you get the ridge of the fork. That's to absorb the sauce.
Now, just pop them in the freezer till the morning. Red onion, tomatoes and basil with olive oil is a delightful dressing which will accompany this fish dish.
I can eat it now, but I won't. I won't, because that's going to finish my dish beautifully.
Ah, now that Aldo's knocked out the gnocchi, it's Silvena's turn to take the helm with her honey-glazed lamb and celeriac mash. Yum, yum.
This is my amazing Salt Marsh lamb. And here I have one of the most beautiful parts of the lamb, which is the neck of lamb. And basically I'm going to cook the lamb very slowly, on a temperature about 140 to 160 Celsius. Everything basically we're using more or less is local. In fact, I don't see anything here that is not local. Ah, maybe the olive oil is not local. Okay, I haven't heard of olive oil produced in Wales just yet, but I love putting tomatoes in all my roasting dishes. It gives a wonderful flavor. This is a wonderful bouquet of local herbs as well. I will just throw them in. Oh my God, this is so good. So superlative.
Season well, and for a special touch, a little white wine is just the job.
And basically, wrap it up in foil. I don't want any of the steam to escape. Remember, we're cooking...
Just leave it in the oven for 3 hours and it should be perfect. Next up, celeriac mash. And pay close attention if you've never used this particular ingredient.
Nice and simple. I probably will use a decadent amount of butter in there. Then, as if it wasn't enough, I'm going to add some more cream. Oh my good God!
Oh, whoops!
You know, that's why we wear whites in the kitchen.
Well, why are you wearing blue then?
I'm going to go for this cheese. The smoked cheese in the mash is going to be fantastic. I've decided to lighten my mash with something else that I absolutely love. Celeriac, local celeriac. It cooks quicker than the potato. So cut the potatoes smaller and the celeriac slightly larger chunks.
Boil for 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, it's like a sauna in here.
And the liquid you see that comes out is from the celeriac, but actually it's quite good to be left in because it's all the flavors. Let's try. Absolutely gorgeous.
Now for some smoking cheese, bought on Aldo's recommendation.
It eats like a giant mouse, you know. It's superlative, so it's going to go very well with our mash. You know what? I'm going to put it all. Because with me, more is more.
The whole lot gets popped back into the pot, then with an extra splash of cream, we're whisked off on a mashed potato dream.
My hand already hurts, but if you want this real smooth texture, it's what you have to do. And here we are, ready, after a lot of hard work. So what I'm going to do now is add a little bit of nutmeg. This is my little secret weapon. It just gives this extra spice. Oh, this is heaven.
Silvena?
Oh,